Well, what's going on, everybody? I'm Kim Drexel, and I have a special guest on here today, which I never thought would happen. The kid in me, probably like 7, 8 years ago, would have loved this, and I am still loving this. But I'll let him introduce himself.
My name is BIGEDUDE, and I am a guy. It's funny.
That is funny. That's funny. No, this guy, this amazing person of himself, has helped me through a lot of stuff, and was a big YouTuber I watched while I was in my childhood, playing just literally a card game of wrestling. And we connected through that through Twitch, YouTube, and then actually sent fan mail probably about, what, 10 years ago now? Something like that? Oh, like eight.
Almost,
Yeah,
yeah, like 8, 9 years ago.
it's
It's kind of
crazy.
cool.
It was. And it was so stupid, but we had fun with it, and yeah. But I got
Yeah,
some
dude.
questions here to present to you today, and then if we go off topic, we go off topic. We're just here to have fun, and
Yeah,
that's
we're
what we're
just
gonna
we're
do.
just yapping and tapping.
Exactly. So, what were the biggest challenges you faced as a content creator in the past? I'd say what, 15 years you've been on YouTube, but
Oh well, honestly, 2 weeks from today, this is the 12th of November. Whenever this was recorded, 2 weeks from today, my YouTube channel turned 17 years old, and that's a long time. And for me, the biggest challenges were in the beginning and back in the day was always like balancing the teaching career and anything I wanted to do. But it was cool that I always had the teaching career, so I never had to worry about like monetization and other stuff. I just YouTube and then streaming and everything else was just for fun and a way to just connect with humanity a little bit and have maybe make some people's lives a little happier or something along the way. You know what I mean?
exactly, exactly.
Just balance of time and effort. And luckily, I didn't have to put a lot of time into my editing because I hated it. But a lot of people, that's where a lot of time goes in. And then, you could. I remember the times where I edited some videos and I felt really great about them, and they got like a third less of the amount of views as before. And I was like, why
Yep.
did I waste all this time and effort? And that's a game you get it plays. And but I don't upload anywhere near as much as I used to because I've got so much content up there. I don't really feel I need to, and all of those live streams on YouTube save, so they're always there anyway. So like, dude, there it is. There's the new
Exactly.
video. Go watch 2 hours or something.
Yeah. It used to be
Yeah,
from,
balance really.
it went really from what, you making just songs and then in general, and then going to Supercard, and now you're doing your crosswords or your word games that you play, and you're just a variety of a person or slash streamer now. You're more really a streamer than you are, say, a YouTuber, which is great that
Yeah,
you
like
branched off.
and now my whole thing has come full circle. Like I created my YouTube channel in 2007 so that my then students could have some lessons or something that they could practice outside of the school because I didn't get to have voice lessons in that school because it was junior high. And like we only had 2 classes a week or 3 classes a week depending on a odd even schedule. And so the most I would see my students is 111 minutes a week or 74 minutes a week, because
Hmm.
they were 37 minutes long. But and my first few things on YouTube are that are still there are voice lessons or warm-up things. And I recently have started putting up and recording and streaming voice lessons, and then taking that and then putting it into YouTube and other stuffs. Mostly, I have to do some more editing and things on it because I'm not sure what I want to do with it. But I
Hmm.
started my internet career with lessons, and here we are again with lessons, but also with playing streaming word games, which is I got that from TikTok streaming.
Hmm.
And just I and now like I love multi-streaming. Like I stream on 4 platforms at once a lot. Because I got a
Crazy.
beast of a machine, and it's like I'm two of them are horizontal and two of them are vertical,
Hmm.
and it's been fun. And I don't know what it's going to turn into, but I'm just having fun, and that's really all that matters. And if everybody that listens to it says they say, "Hey, this guy's cool," I say, "Hey, listen to my music for free on." And you listen to Big Dude on Spotify or wherever you listen to music. Self plug there, yeah. But I don't know where this is going, but I have enjoyed this ride for a really long time. 17 years. And streaming, it'll be 16 years on December 30th, because my first time streaming was December 30th, 2008.
Wow.
So it's crazy, you know, where and I still love it, and I think it was always because it was always just a hobby. I never wanted it to be a full-time thing.
Hmm.
When I left teaching 3.5 years ago, streaming was just that was not going to be where I got a lot of money. I have an income from investments and other stuff, so I don't have to worry about. I could do nothing really if I wanted to, but streaming helps me connect with humanity, and I love that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wish I could do that, but I'm so thankful that I was part of that years of your content creation that I could be a part of that. And
Yeah.
that's where the whole community kind of comes in with watching the Big U Network for 00D0 that kind of came from your streams that I loved and was a part of, and I've subbed on Twitch and
Yeah.
everything about. But doesn't seem like you had a lot of challenges during your content creator days, as you could call it. But it seems like you've enjoyed it and you just let things fly, and it seems like it's going well.
Yeah. You know, like for me, it was I always just wanted to share what I had, you know, for me to the world. And you know, a lot of that presented itself music wise, you know, with the just a lot of just making up songs and just say, hey, this song, I'm gonna have fun. And I did. And then one of those songs got a song on the radio, and I got to play in front of 1,500 people at a Halloween show in 2009, because the Bok Bok Chicken song, like the one of the guys, this is a great quick story. All right, so I was on a dart team for
Wow.
like a very short amount of time, like 2009, and
Hmm.
it was like we were at after the bar, and this guy says, hey, you got to hear this song from this guy from me. And I was like, okay, cool. I didn't know who it was, and it was the guy's name was Rain Man. He was a popular DJ. I'm sure he still is, at K Rock in Syracuse and Utica. And then he put it on the station, and people went ham for it. They said, what is that song? And then they invited me to play in Syracuse on a Halloween show in front of 1,500 people. It
Wow.
was ridiculous. And I bok chickened in front of everybody.
That's great.
And it's still up on YouTube too, which is really funny. You know, like it's searchable.
Wow, that's crazy. And then eventually, what, 3 years ago now, you created a Drex Roll song literally just from a stream of just talking with people and interacting with them in chat. And it actually brings me into the next question is you interacting with your audience, you've built such a strong community to where people can talk about whatever and you give advice and you've helped me a lot with just certain advice and things are turning around for me because of certain things you've said and just how I've grown from being a person of your audience. And yeah, I appreciate it.
um, You're welcome. I mean, that I always wanted. I never had a family, like of my own. I never had. I mean, when I was married, we didn't have kids. You know, and I wanted to build something that people felt like they had a place where they could come hang out, or a place where, you know, this dude isn't going to swear on the internet. You know, at that time, for most of my videos don't have any swearing in it. Like not like maybe two of them accidentally I say a poop or something in there, but like the other way. And I knew, like, for the supercard when it first was taken off, I knew a lot of those people were you know, junior high kids, and they were children. And I think that meant a lot to I don't know how many times people's parents along the way were so thankful that I was a positive role model on the internet, both,
Hmm.
you know, in person, like, you know, at an open house and stuff, because I would show my kids, my students kids, you know, the I Love Chicken song, and they would see that I had a bunch of subscribers and they had a bunch of views. I'm like, that was a in with the students already, because I knew how people liked to see things on YouTube. And but it was always about building something that was way bigger than myself, where people could just have a place to feel safe and respected and cared for. And that's just what I still do today. You know, like sometimes when I'm live streaming, like today even, you know, somebody has been watching me over 9 years, and it's like, that's so long.
Hmm.
You know, and to not feel jaded about the industry or what it is. I think it's always because I only wanted to do it as a hobby. I never wanted to do it as full time or anything like that, because the business side of it is a pain in the butt when
It is.
and it's a grind, you know,
Mm-hmm.
when you have to worry about ads and subs. And I pretty much donate everything I have because I'm luckily, you know, I've invested well, and but that's what I want to do with the money that I do make from all of my internet endeavors, you know. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I want to build something that's going to be that people can remember well after this body says "Peace out, Girl Scout." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
Exactly. I gotcha.
we're only here for a little while when you think about it.
Exactly. We're
So
just a
yeah,
little bit part of time, which is crazy.
teeny bit.
Exactly. So, kind of mentioning off the Drex Rules and like stream album that you made, are you planning on doing anything music wise coming up like this year, next year? Like, is there anything you can
Yeah,
spoil
this
or
the
say?
stream album was such a fun experience because it was all improvised from Twitch really at that time. And I released my last album basically September 1st, August 20th, whatever. That's called "Happy Today You Are Awesome," which is basically in every one of my streams. That's the little thing because it just kind of became a personal mantra or whatever because it's something that we can all have a good day maybe, you know, but sometimes life has a way of making you feel like butt, and I'm part of the anti feel like butt team. I don't know what that means. But I do plan on recording my third children's songs album on LBKTV, Little Big Kids TV, probably starting it in a week. Definitely
Nice.
will finish it by the end of this year. Um, I just, you know, it's fun, and I have some other maybe projects that are secret, but I don't know if that's gonna happen this year. It might happen next year, or I don't know. It's just an idea in my head at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but there's some definite cool possibilities.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah,
to bounce off of that kind of music wise, how would you like describe starting, like say if somebody wanted to start like a music career, like learning how to songwrite, how would you do that? Because you definitely have it uniquely, especially with the whole stream album, because it's literally from the chat. What would you say? How could somebody actually, if they want to do it and just have it as like a hobby?
you know, today you can do a lot of neat stuff that you couldn't do back then. You can do a lot of things with loops and just different uh, digital audio software like FL Studio or thing. But you know what? Like when I got FL Studio, because I experimented with it in 2020. I haven't done much with it since, but it was basically I looked up YouTube tutorials. I
Mm-hmm.
searched it, and then one really good one for beats and finding out more and how to turn it into how to learn how to do it and turn it into maybe extra income or whatever is Kyle Beats. That dude churns out a lot of cool stuff and templates and filters and other like not filters. I can't think of what you actually call it, like apps or whatever
Mm-hmm.
inside the stuff's effects. Yeah,
Effects.
effects,
There you
whatever.
go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, brain is just tired.
Yeah.
And but I haven't done any of that electronic stuff. I was gonna start getting into it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna start doing some of that along with the kids stuff. But I have time. I have time for what I want to do. And I've had a busy year, and I'm starting to realize maybe I could just relax a little bit. I kind of been going ham the whole year, and recharge a little. I don't know exactly what I want, but I'm going to enjoy every day figuring it out. You know what I mean?
Exactly. We don't know what we never know what we exactly want until it
Yeah.
happens. The truth of it. But um about being a teacher, you mentioned what valuable lessons did you learn from your time as a teacher? Like if you had to narrow it down to like one, two, or three.
Everybody matters.
Simple as it is.
Period. Everybody has the same gifts and hopes and dreams at some point. Some hurt people, some heal people. Some have great intentions, but whatever society and other things happen, they may give up on themselves or think that they have to do certain things a certain way because other people expect them to. But everybody deserves a shot at having the best life ever. And if I can help anybody feel more cared for or respected or honored or dignified or whatever, and that they can take that feeling and just know that in their world they can make good choices and they can believe in themselves. I've just always believed in humanity, and I think that's what it's about. Everybody matters. Period.
Oh, I like that. I like how
It's
you explained it. It's as simple as
yeah.
it is, and you can take it as
Never
any
thought
way
of it
you
in
want.
that way until that moment too, by the way. So that was pretty cool.
Wow.
So thanks for that.
On
Yeah.
spot. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody matters.
Huh. Um, besides streaming, what hobbies do you have inside or out of like say content creation or music that you enjoy?
Right now, I don't do a whole lot, I like to do a lot of research in collectibles, especially digital collectibles,
Oh,
because I collected a lot of Magic the Gathering cards back in the day,
mm-hmm,
and now if I want to start selling some of them or just whatever, it's I have to put them up on eBay, and then
mm-hmm,
I have to ship them, and then I gotta do this and that and the other thing. Whereas digital collectibles, I could buy a Top Shot pack from NBA Top Shot, and they have a pack marketplace, and then I could sell that pack sometimes at a lot of profit, and then I gotta pay taxes on it. But it's fun to speculate on things. It's
mm-hmm.
basically I just like to I like to do a lot of things. Some of the is crypto trading and other fun stuff, or just finding out what's going on, or decentralized finance and that sort of stuff. But I have a lot of hobbies, and I'm just trying to see what I'm interested in. And there's always new hobbies. I kind of want to do more voice acting or whatever. I've never officially done it, so I'm starting to do things. And I don't know what'll happen, but it's just something where I could just use my gifts and talents to maybe better myself and humanity or something. I don't know. Fun stuff. I want to have fun. I
Exactly.
gotta
I
live
do too.
once. I want to have fun, and I don't want to hurt anybody when I'm having it. So that's really easy.
And that goes right
Yeah.
back to your key message, what you just said about probably 2 minutes ago. But no, kind of, I'm a little different for my hobbies and interests. If you didn't know, I collect. I haven't even committed to what I want to collect. Like I just
Yeah.
started collecting some Transformer blockies that they have, where they're little model kits. Like old wrestling figures. Like here, I'll put it on screen. You guys won't be able to see it, but like
Hey, Scott Hall.
that's Scott Hall. Just like the regular Mattel figures. I haven't figured it out yet, but and then mainly Funko Pops. So I'm just branching out, just seeing what I actually like, and I'm rebranding my YouTube channel. So I'm actually getting back in my content creating. I'm just still been
There
doing
you go.
edits, but figuring out what I want to do. I'm in college. That's the reason why I'm here. Even though gotta pay back that eventually, but it's something that I want to experience and I wanted to do. But
One thing I would always say is that even though you might see some people say you should stick in one thing, do whatever you want. Like create what you want. I know that we've talked about this many times over the years, and you've
mhm.
asked for advice and stuff, and I
Yep.
basically have said the same thing
Yep.
more than once.
Exactly.
But it's like I always had the idea of just I want my stuff to just be full of just me being I'm a happy guy. I love fun, and just maybe you should be nice to people. You know what I mean? And something about me, it just that's what it is. For whatever reasons, I can get through to people somehow. I think it's just because they know I care, or something. You know what I mean? Because I
Hmm.
care about everybody. It's just how it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's because you had your teacher background. That's how it seems like
Yeah.
you've got talk to people a lot easier. You're very softly spoken, and it's a lot easier. And I bet you a lot of people, if you do get a voice acting thing, they'll give you compliments because you know how to speak and you have a good good.
We'll see.
So I've heard from people I have a good podcast voice. That's what some people have told me. But
There you go.
yeah,
I don't really listen to a lot of podcasts. I'll be honest with you.
yeah. I don't either
But
unless it's something I
that's
enjoy.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't need to.
Yeah, these podcasts are literally just me talking to people I care about and friends that I have, and I just want to have fun. So,
Yeah, dude. Sounds like a
yeah,
blast.
exactly. Um, any future goals that you have for your like say content career or content creation career or your personal life?
Um, there's so many goals. Some stay private, some are public. I think I want to see what happens with this voice stuff. Like I had a vision in my mind, like being
Mm-hmm.
at one of the conventions, like a Dream Hack or something, where I was on stage and the people were in the audience, and then I was like basically doing it like a chorus rehearsal where we all just sang and had a good time. I don't know what goes into being selected at this point. I know I'll find out when it's time. But just I just want to I want to come up with ideas that are fun and different, but authentic to me. I'm all about being trying to be the best version of myself. And now that I've like up until 2 3 months ago, I hadn't ever done any voice lesson stuff on stream, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
that's what I did at school.
Yeah.
Never thought about it, and then it just finally said, dude, I should probably do this, and just to because I had such a bad taste in my mouth from leaving the teaching career when I did, because that year was a nightmare. That year of 2020 to 2021,
Yeah.
I couldn't teach my kids to sing. Like, and then with the last couple of months when we were in full quote unquote instruction, um, we were too close, so the kids couldn't sing still, and
Ugh.
it broke my heart. Like
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't going to get back to where it was
Mm-hmm.
till until maybe the year I would leave, because I won't turn 55 until 2028. um and like I see some of my friends struggling still. It's different. It's always going to be different, but
Yeah.
you know uh I'm glad I was able to leave when I did, because I've had so many more opportunities. Like this year I took 6 trips. 5 of them were conventions. One was WrestleMania 40, and
Lucky.
I would have only been able to do one of those. And I don't know what I'm gonna feel like doing. I don't know if I'm gonna feel, and maybe some stuff just takes off. And I'm not gonna worry about it, because I'm ready for whatever I bring to the world and the world brings to me,
Mm-hmm.
in any regard, really.
I love
You know?
that. I love that.
Yeah, dude. I'm in a good spot right now, mentally. Feel good.
Oh, so speaking on wrestling, this is just out of context from what I'm gonna save the last question. That's gonna be a little later. But what
Okay.
really got you into wrestling?
You know, uh, Growing up, it was on a TV. Saturday night's main event, the Saturday morning wrestling. Um, and it was everywhere. Everybody loved Hulk Hogan at that time because he was like America. And
Mm,
it was very popular. And then I kind of got out of it. It wasn't the same big draw. Well, I mean, just where I was.
mm,
And it was here and there. And then when I got into it again the first time, it was when I was teaching. It was the Attitude area. A lot of the students were into it, so me, I know how to get into the good graces of people. If kids know that you're into something that they're into, they're gonna treat you with dignity and respect. I didn't
yep.
force it, but I was like, everybody was into it, and it was cool, and everybody would talk about Raw and Nitro the next day, and these were like farmer kids basically. That year, those years, I taught like from 5th grade to 12th grade. Each grade was like 50 kids a grade. Like a year. Not It was very small. Like,
Hmm.
um, but and then I kind of got away from it, and then my buddy, who I'm still friends with, who from the time that bar was now it's closed, but it was right near where I lived, and they were watching a WrestleMania there, and I was just walking by. I was like, "Hey, you guys watching WrestleMania?" And then became friends with everybody, and it's just funny, like, and that was 2008, and since then I've been into it, so. you know, on and off. Now I don't have to watch it as much because I can look on, Twitter/X or whatever,
Yep.
4 minutes after something happens, and it's like, okay. And now, even though they've got some of the tapings, you can find out about what's going to happen next week a week in advance,
Yep.
until it goes to Netflix. But that's just because they're giving. I like what they're doing. They're giving them more time off, and that's good for business.
Yeah,
It's good for business.
I
Yeah,
agree. Um,
in my opinion.
so kind of spinning back to another question, but it's wrestling related. What message or like, uh, what has wrestling taught you as a person, or like, has it, I'm trying to think. What has wrestling taught you to present to people, or like, what has it done for you to help people in your community with content creating? It's like a two-part question.
um, I don't know about content creation, but for me, like, wrestling is theater, and I went to school for music because I loved singing in the musicals, and I thought I would be probably a pretty good teacher, because I was. um, it's like wrestling is just physical theater. There's the stage, there's the athleticism, there's the story. It's all about the story. You got the
Yep.
heels and the faces, and the up and comers, and the Hall of Famers, and this guy hasn't been seen in years. It's like it's a spectacle that everybody enjoys. Um, and when you have, and just, I guess, relating it to content creation, you've got the games like the 2K, that series, which I never really got into because that's just not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you can do so much story wise with that, and just self commentate, or just make up your own world. So
Yeah.
it's a creative endeavor too. So that's what I love. It's in wrestling, and sports entertainment. They inspire creativity, in many different forms, whether it's talking about it, whether it's playing it, whether it's creating your own, wrestling federations, and training kids. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
imaginary and or backyard. All sorts of things. Wrestling is theater, and it's just physical theater, and that's why, for me, it still resonates, because I love the theater. I did the drama club. I That's one of the things I did while I was teaching and stuff. And it's that knowing that they're the same. They're like, it's just a little bit different. It's a show. You know,
Mm-hmm.
all the world's a stage, and everybody's just the play. And that's a Shakespeare quote that I screwed up, on purpose. So who cares?
Yeah. Who cares?
But yeah, just, and then people that are doing the same thing tend to do a lot of cool stuff. So
They do.
yeah.
They do. So if you had to mention anything, we do have Supercard season 11. This is if you like WWE Supercard or wrestling. They have a new season coming out. What is it? 11, 12?
Season 11. Yep.
Season 11.
Tomorrow. Well, it's the 13th, depending on when this is released.
This is released this Friday actually. Um,
Okay, so it's already live.
yeah,
Play
it's already
now if
live.
you want.
Exactly. So what has this game taught you? If I had to put this in retrospect.
This game taught me that I could use my mind, have an idea, and build upon it, from nothing. You really, like, I made the first YouTube video. My first YouTube video for Supercard was August 21st, 2014, and uh, that's just so long ago. And some people are still think I'm relevant and important, even not just even as a person that does Supercar stuff or just fun stuff, but like just as a person, and
Mm-hmm.
that's way more important than any game that like it's an honor, and that's a testament to me and who I want to be, and who I hope I'll be, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to do the best I can with what I got every day, and that's a pretty good way to be, in
Exactly.
my opinion.
Yeah. Well, the game game really brought me to you because one of my buddies was watching you and was like, "Oh, this guy's playing a wrestling game," because we both like wrestling, and you were
Yeah.
one of the top YouTubers then, and then you moved to Twitch, and then I moved with it, and then it was a whole spiel, but it definitely drove me into a different path because of the things that you taught through your streams, through your videos.
Yeah.
It had you laugh. It just took me out of society from where I was at, and brought me to the person who I am now. And look, you're with me on a podcast. It's
Here we
crazy.
are. I know,
Who would have
right?
thought?
It's kind of cool,
It's crazy. But
right?
do you have any other stories that you'd like to mention in the past?
Um, not today.
No.
I actually forgot about something else that's coming up very soon, time wise. So I do
Gotcha.
have to go soon.
Well,
Um, but any last questions? I can give you a last question.
yeah, I got one for you first. So,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
what advice would you give somebody? Life advice, one, and then for content creation, what would you give for advice for that if you had to give like one or two pieces for each?
Well, first off, I would say that this advice is just for informational purposes only. It's not actual. But like, if you feel that you've got something that you want to say, I think you should say it. All right. So that's basically if something makes you feel like I could make a video or I want to do this, you can do it. You just have to find out like how to record. Just everything you do is just search it from YouTube or Google. You don't have
Mm-hmm.
to talk to somebody that makes the content. You don't have to like, can you tell me how to do this? Just look it up, search it. Okay, how do I make YouTube videos? How do I grow a community? How do I do this? Now you're gonna see some of the things you're gonna like, and don't be like follow every step. I must do this, because it's just
Mm-hmm.
find what makes it work for you, and just for anybody that wants to do content, um know why you want to make it before you make it. If it's for money and glory and financial gain, that's probably the wrong reason. Okay. You have to do it because you feel like you have something to say and that you want to bring to the world. It could then turn into a job where you start really thinking about that,
Mm-hmm.
but start it. I would definitely say there's nothing wrong in always keeping it as a hobby. It's there's a grind culture in streaming and YouTube content creation, that is dangerous to people's mental health for a long period of time. We've seen it. It's going to continue. You don't have to follow that path. It's not a good path. It just be authentic to yourself and don't try to be like somebody else. I mean, that's what I would say. Um, and sometimes people aren't. They have no care. They just want the the gold and the glory.
Mm-hmm.
And you see people do questionable things, and then but a lot of people like it, and then well then if they did it, don't follow the traps that will get you in a bad place. There's a certain streamer that's probably facing multiple years of jail time right now in a different country because he didn't respect the rules and the regulations of that stuff. So
Yep.
be careful out there. Learn. You Just because somebody else does it doesn't mean it's legal or real or uh any of that. But
Yeah.
that is my stuff.
You could take that as content creation or just life advice, just to text
Just
people
life,
or whatever. Exactly.
every day, make every day matter as much as you can, and set goals for yourself, because then you know where you're going with what you want.
Exactly.
And make sure you set time for your goals, or else it's goal actionable goals, things that you can do.
And
You
then
know,
reachable. Yep.
yeah.
Exactly. So you had a
But
question for me?
I want to see like how now that I've known you for a long time, and you're about to, you're almost done with college. What are you gonna do after you're done with college? Do you think, or have you gotten that far yet?
I sort of know where I'm going right now. Funny enough, you wanted social media or content creation as your hobby. That's kind of what I'm trying to go for myself. I want
Mhm.
to be like a social media manager, or I want to edit videos for people for social media or something on those lines, because I'm starting to understand the algorithm, understand platforms more. Not solely like I was really starting to get a groove on TikTok, but I'm moving from that because I don't know if it's going to get banned or not. And YouTube's going to be a staple for probably till I'm dead. So I'm starting to understand YouTube now and making things that are making me happy and doing stuff for wrestling and all sorts
Yeah.
of stuff. So I'm really open to doing whatever, but I want to do it video editing wise. And I'm always doing research. My buddies are telling me he's the content creator as well. I don't really have to be a content creator, but I want to do something in the social media aspect. But I want to do video editing as well. So that's all I know as of
So,
right now.
people always want editing, you know, they always do. It's just like, you know, sometimes it's just a cost effective to, you know, the amount of time uh they gain from somebody else editing from their own personal stuff, or versus the amount of, is it worth it financially, you know, like
Exactly.
but there's always people that are going to need it and want it, you know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that's good.
Yeah, and the
Because
job.
the future is digital. It's all video. You know what I mean?
And that's what
It's
I've
all
mentioned
that.
as well. Exactly, exactly.
You know.
And it's freaking the job market. I've applied to probably I applied to 10 jobs I think last weekend. I still haven't heard back. I got there's no more applications for one of them. Still hearing back from like most of them. So
Yeah.
it's a pain, but we're still bowling, we're still rolling and having
There
fun.
we go.
So I didn't
That's cool,
mean to
man.
make that a pun, but like it's just
It works, man.
how it's
Rolling
going
and
right now.
bowling. Let's go.
But one last question before we end this. Is there going to be a
Sure.
Drex Rules or another stream album coming soon?
Not soon. I put a lot of my heart into this last album, the Happy Today You Were Awesome. I don't know what I want to put out next. An improvised album. I think if I were to do it again, I want to be able to do more legitimate stuff, like with the drums tracks along with it, and
Mm-hmm.
improvise it that way, either through loops or other things. I have so many ideas. I just don't know what I want to get out or what I want to learn enough to get out
Okay.
of my mind. But kids albums are easy too. But I mean, it's I don't know if I'm gonna do a full improv thing right now. I mean, technically I could do it at any time. It's just
Exactly.
I need to spend some time just figuring out what I want to bring, not just, I mean, in all the things, like content wise, for stream wise, lessons voice wise, you know, voice acting, you know, the games I already play. And there's so much, there's a lot, you know, and I have to look at what is going to make me feel fulfilled the most in my, you know, today, or in the next couple of months. But I do know that the kids album, I do want to work on that, and it should be out by the end of 2024, so that I'll be happy with
It's great
that.
to hear. Well, I'll let you plug,
Yeah.
do whatever, but no, I think what you just mentioned with we don't ever know what we're gonna do, and but we have ideas.
Yeah.
If you can structure it and make them those small goals like you were mentioning, and definitely pushing towards what you love more to where you feel it definitely in your soul, kind of like Cody Rhodes' song "Adrenaline in Your Soul."
Yeah,
Trying to bicker him, but like it's just life, and whatever makes you happy, go for it and do it.
that's what
It's
I
out
say.
there. Just go get it.
Yeah, go get it.
Exactly.
Yay, but don't hurt anybody.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, thank you for hopping on the podcast tonight. I know you got things to do, and hopefully everything goes well with your future streams. Supercard. I'll be in your streams.
Likewise
I'll
for
still be
all of
watching.
your endeavors, sir. I want you to do great stuff because you're cool.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys for listening into this recent episode. This is so random. Sorry, guys, I've been busy with school, but I'll see you guys in the next one. It might be with some of my friends back home, or it might be myself or another person. This might be the biggest person I ever have on the podcast. So I thank you, Biggie Dude.
I'm
Appreciate
not
it.
that big.
100,000 subscribers is big enough to
All
me.
right, all right, all
All right.
right.
Thank you, guys.
Yay. Thanks, guys. Bye.